Hello everyone and welcome back to more BTS America's #2 action here. It is Complexity going toe-to-toe against Isurus Gaming here. We're in game number 2 of this best of 3. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit, and I'm joined of course again from Team Fire's Brian, Fluff, and Stuff Dota. Fluff, welcome back. Sorry you couldn't make it to the lobby, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. I didn't catch your
fast.
message, and they kind of abruptly started, and it's fine. We'll chalk it up to whatever. So I already told everyone, again, apologies. There's going to be no Dota TV audio in this one, but for the sake of the VOD and for the live stream, and we both want to watch it together, so we're going to be watching it on Dota TV. So here we go. Again, start off with they're going to be banning the Lesh. They rid of the Bounty Hunter on the side of Complexity. Isurus, forget your stupid Gyro Wisp. We're annihilating it as the 1-2. But that does leave some very nice options out there, Fluff. I'm talking like what pops out. We got Naga, you got Darkseer, you got your frickin' Lina. What else am I missing? Tusk. There's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Very juicy. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to decide to go for here. There's the Tusk. It suits their play style. I don't mind it. Very good.
Yeah. I can't believe they banned the Wisp and the Gyro. That's like...
Yeah, I think Gyro is enough. But yeah.
That's
But they really hate the Wisp. I mean, it's not something Complexity will go for outside of normally this Gyro Wisp thing. I don't know them to play a lot of like Wisp Tiny, Wisp Ursa, or anything like that nature. But, well, nonetheless, they want to play it better safe than sorry, I suppose. But now, with all the other options, I wonder, does Z-Free play like a support Naga? Maybe that's something they prioritize? Alright, maybe they'll go for it
Both him
here.
and Way2 play it.
Ember Spirit.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
Ember
an
Spirit,
early
second
Ember.
Radiant team pick.
Kind of showing their hand early on this. I mean, it doesn't have to say that this Lina is going to be a support, but most likely when she's out there and you don't have access to Lesh, she's typically one of the best new mid lane, too hot to trot cores you can get. So I just always wager she's going to be in that core position. So it's a confident 1-2 Fluff from Complexity, kind of putting it all out there.
Yeah, it is. I haven't seen this opener. Usually, I saw them being pretty successful with the Visage Lina opener. They really like the Lina just because of the versatility. They've run it on every lane, I think. At support, mid, and off lane as well for MJW, which is the one unique thing to them. I don't think any other team runs it as an off laner, but I mean that's the reason why they would pick Lina. But for Ember, I feel like that's kind of showing your hand like very early on. I'm not really sure what prompted them to do that, but that is the Ember second pick. So yeah, like the Naga's still in the pool. Although Naga has kind of fallen out of favor in terms of the NA Dota meta between each other, and like probably, I mean, EG PPD says that it's insanely broken, but a lot of players have just kind of ignored it, and that's just the way it is. So
Yeah,
no
I noticed
one really
that
cares.
as well. I noticed that as well. It was like, it felt like for 1 month, Quap was the hit, and then now it's even at the start in the early part of the Nanyang run, nobody was playing Quap until like nearly maybe the back end of it. So Dota can be, I guess, just sometimes a trendy game like that, and you can hear it even when like you tune into the good Kappa studios. I don't know why I had to say it like that, but like when they talk about some of these heroes, it's really interesting. Like Envy will make a point and just be like, "Oh, why don't we really see this?" And RTZ will just be like, "Oh, it's shit." And it's like, "Yeah, it is shit." And then that just kind of passes through the chain of players that, okay, it's just shit now. The shit hero, we don't play it.
Ritsu plays Spectre once, and then RTZ and Envy are like playing Spectre on stream. For
Oh
the
my
next,
god,
like, 2
yeah.
days.
It's so just like, oh yeah, we forgot about that hero. He beat ass. Let's go. It happened even at TI5. Remember when Luna came out? How pulled out a Luna, and RTZ's like, whoa, How pulled out a Luna out of nowhere, and he won. I gotta do that. And then they pulled out the Luna the next game. It was just, that's so funny that Dota could be a game like that. I wonder if that's just unique to this, or if that's something that happens in some of those other MOBAs out there. But they get the Storm, and AM still available. Yeah, so Lina could quickly, you know, maybe flop to a support, Ember mid, AM safe lane. Maybe.
It's gonna be pretty good for them. Like any way they can set up, whether it's off lane or support Lina. Probably more likely support. But I'm really surprised they didn't ban AM. That's probably the most obvious counter to Storm Spirit, and there's not very many. So they're either very confident or they're not really considering the fact that Complexity would pick it. But I don't think you just see a Lina and then you presuppose it's mid or safe lane or anything like that.
Yeah, I would have still invested the ban there. So we'll see if it comes back to bite him on the ass or not. I like complexity that they play it safe and rid of the techies, because sometimes you just don't know if this team will be able to play techies or not. You know, I felt like it happened even against, it happens frequently against Whitebeard, where a team will just be like, oh, they got the Tusk, we don't need to worry about techies, and they forget that someone like Whitebeard can play techies, and next thing you know, they lose the game. And we don't get to see a lot of Isurus, so
we're not afraid to cancer.
Yeah, yeah. Good for you, you guys and your neckbeards. It's wonderful. Wonderful to hear.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
No. It's a joy to watch. It's a nightmare as a caster to camera control, because you're just like, I gotta keep tabs on all these freaking mines and see if maybe they'll just conveniently walk over it and you'll miss the big wah-wah moment. Okay, finally they commit the ban, and hey, look who it is. Luna, we were talking about.
Wait, that's so random.
It just really does seem like an out of left field kind of a ban. I mean, you could have gone for a support, just a high valued support, like a Dazzle, to make sure you take him out of there. Maybe like a Rubik. It just seems interesting that they kind of dig that far down the tier list for a Luna at this point.
Maybe some control. Well,
10 seconds remaining.
This is very interesting. I wonder what Plexi's gonna do.
5 seconds remaining.
They could still get their off lane. They can get like a like a clockwork terrible right here for complexity if they still want to get a high valued off laner or Undying.
Oh man,
Undying. It's an Undying without a Tusk pairing. I mean, maybe they can give him like a Spirit Breaker, put that as a dual lane.
Yeah, they can do that. They might even do the Lina Undying. I don't know if MJW likes to play the off lane Lina, or that was just situational, but I've seen it at least 2 times, I think. I don't know when they feel like that's necessary, but it's really interesting from them. I haven't seen them like do this kind of opener ever, I don't think.
Yeah, this is well, Swindle's an interesting kind of guy. A lot of people do give him praise for his captain, his shot calling and drafting capabilities, but the Luna thing will always seem a bit peculiar for a ban, where they could have put priority on something like this Dazzle. Now Isurus get their Dazzle, and that could lead to future snowball heal bombs. Now you get the huge benefit of just all that extra durability with the armor. You have your medallion candidate.
5 seconds
lots of benefits with your Dazzle, and you know he can fare some decent right click against an Undying Tombstone if necessary, but more than likely doesn't want to be caught in the zone. But he can be a game changer against a Lina who's trying to set up a very obvious Lina combo. Yeah. You're not going to be able to get that easy Laguna. And okay, let's just we're going to keep this complexity draft going.
I feel like I've seen this before.
What the hell? Okay, it's a Slaughter.
You didn't watch our series yesterday, right? we ran Undying Slaughter yesterday.
Okay, so but where is the synergy here with Slaughter getting involved?
I mean, half of it's YOLO, half of it's comfortability. The other part is it's just really nice control and utility. It's kind of it's more about the Undying than the Slaughter, in my opinion. Like, yeah, it's just something that you really don't want to go against. It's super annoying and unexpected. But yeah, I mean, complexity obviously taking a page out of our book game. That's very unlike them. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if they're even gonna understand like what to do with it, but I'm sure it's not that hard.
We'll see.
It's very
10
like,
seconds remaining.
To me, the pieces don't really connect. It's just kind of jumbled up to me, but I don't know.
Maybe they just feel like Isurus is the kind of a team that maybe we can try something new, experiment a bit, pull something into the spotlight that we have been grinding, maybe in our scrim play a bit.
Maybe even a little frustrated from their last series coming into this, and like how they lost like 8,000 gold advantage. You can feel that as a player.
Yeah. In
the game, you just like when you throw, it kind of makes you tilt a little bit.
Swindle's the kind of guy. He's a very confident kind of a guy, where it's like we should not be showing any of these brief moments of weakness. Like there shouldn't be a moment where a team like Isurus should be able to, you know, best us in these fights back to back, take a Roche, and be at, you know, right back to dead even. You know, if we're as good of a team and we're a TI caliber kind of a team, we should be taking these, you know, without question, these games, these fights, and Yeah, maybe it can get to his head a little bit, so we'll have
10
to see here.
seconds
He's
remaining.
definitely
I'm surprised.
he's flexing his drafting muscles for this one, though.
5
I'm
seconds
surprised that
remaining.
Complexity banned PL
Radiant
versus
team
when they
picked.
have the Ember Spirit. Like, I'm not sure if that's Ember's very good versus PL. Oh, and I think this is a mid silencer, by the way. So I think Swindle loves to put the silencer versus Storm Spirit mid, or like he likes that matchup. I've seen him do it a couple times, and that means that the Lina is almost definitely a support at this point. And we didn't really talk about the clock either. The clock I'm not so sure about. Like, it doesn't really help control the Ember, and well, it's kind of good versus the other ones, but not so much. Like, I mean, Slaughter and Dying don't really care if they get hooked. Maybe Lina, but
Reserve time.
could have been Viper. And Viper's okay versus Ember and team fights, kinda, because like if you get the Viper strike off and he doesn't have a remnant down, it applies to slow, so he moves really slow to his next remnant. But Viper is just super immobile and needs a really good lane.
Oh,
very,
what?
very risky.
Sorry. Okay, so we're in the game now. I got when you go into showcase view and you click on someone, it doesn't bring up their name anymore. Sorry, I got easily distracted by that. But usually, like when you do badass player introductions and you go into showcase view and you click on them, it's like boom, it pops out the banner. It's like, you know, Fluff and stuff playing the Slardar or whatever. But they took that away. They took it away. A little bit extra.
Is that just a Dota TV thing?
Yeah, it's a Dota TV thing. Oh, you're right. It might be a Dota TV thing. I forgot we're in Dota TV. Oh, you know what that means though, Fluff? If I miss something, we got DVR feature. I can always roll back and insta replay.
Do not use that. Don't use it. I've used it before and my game just crashes.
Oh, god damn it.
Not only that, but you get so like caught up in it that you miss like current action, then you're constantly just chasing the present.
You're stuck in like the butterfly effect of rolling back and we missed something else. Gotta roll back again. Double roll back. You're gonna mess with the space-time continuum. Take it easy. Yeah. Unless it's absolutely necessary, I don't think I'll be reaching for it here.
Okay, what they need to do with it is they need to add more control on the UI so that you can like pace yourself, because the way that it works right now is you're just guessing mostly. Yeah. And it should be able to go back like 5 seconds, 10 seconds or something.
Here we go, folks. We're gonna get the party started here. It's BTS Americas. We're still in our round of 16. It's a series between Complexity and Isurus. We're in game number 2. The indicator's actually correct on this one. Complexity are up 1 game at a best of 3. There had been some weird reborn glitches where the score indicator had been a bit buggy, people, so hopefully things stay in order. No early TP movement coming out from like an offlaner to put priority and getting a good sense of vision down. Instead, again, Isurus, moving as their 5-man hit squad here, are going to head all the way for the bottom rune. Okay, maybe looking for a bit of a tussle.
And usually, Complexity TPs both their safe lane and their off lane, so be unusual for them. MJW is a big TP player.
So what's this thing with Swindle now playing mid lane silencer? Is that something you picked up from like Illidan or something?
Wait, what do you mean not playing?
Or playing? I said playing a silencer mid lane.
Oh, yeah, I think.
He just like
I
what
think
Illidan
it's just one of those matchups that he just like has experience with for some reason, or like theorycrafted and then just was confident enough to play it. Because I've seen him do it multiple times versus Storm. Like I can almost always see it coming usually if I'm paying attention to the draft. It's just something that he really likes, and it's kind of hard for Storm to play honestly, because throughout these last words and whenever you trade with the silencer, you're always afraid of that burst. It almost always favors the silencer in a lot of cases.
So what could be the drawbacks then for the silencer? Is it pressure coming from a third party to you know, give him a hard time in the lane?
Definitely burning through his regen. He doesn't really deal with dual pressure. He's more of a single target hero. But although one of the problems though is even if you throw a support in the lane, you can actually trade with the support super well. So you need a special kind of support, like one that's not really going to get traded with as easily. But I think it's just a good matchup that he likes, and he's confident with it. He'll almost always do it.
Well, the glaives certainly make it very easy for last hitting, and especially harassing with that little bit of pure damage. So they'll be able to trade out. Let's scope out some of these other lanes here. It's going to be a dual lane setup here. The off lane Slardar, wait to Undying combo here. Is this the kind of combo where once you get to your level 3, you start seeing if you can maybe get some quick aggressive kills? Or is it just kind of to help zone back this Viper so he can't be as lane dominant as we always expect and allow the Slardar to just, free farm a bit?
Yeah, it's more the latter. It's like, it's just difficult to deal with if you don't have the right tools. And especially with the Tusk not being in the lane, I think it's very hard for them. But kind of has to do this because their lane's not very well equipped to fight that dual lane, so he's got to find a way to create space somewhere else.
Yeah, Tusk is now going to show himself. Ooh, nice little block onto Z-Freak here, but they're not going to really move in for anything. So 2-1-2 from both sides here, but Ziz is not really being contested for his farm right now. This Ember's having a pretty okie dokie time with this Lina kind of poking on the side.
Yeah, he should be alright. This Tusk clock lane's annoying only if you're out of position. Oh, Lina got Invis top.
Invisibility.
Yeah, the classic, you pump fake top with the fade time, and you run back towards mid.
I'm going top, yeah. No, I'm coming mid. Cheeky play from Z-Freak here, the mind games. And the courier. Ooh.
And they knew.
Oh, it goes the other way.
Oh, he didn't believe the pump fake.
Yeah, he's playing very reserved.
Good stuff. They actually would have lost Sick Warrior probably, or well, it would have been very close. Lina's range, she can get 2 off.
It's deceptively long. She easily hits over a football field. It's ridiculous. But he will miss the opportunity to get the courier. Could round around the back in hopes of getting something here. Like you said, though, not an easy lane for the Storm already. 6-0, Swindles 11 and 7 denies on his silencer already, and he hasn't had to even bother touching his regen yet. So it's a very good start for them, and it's forced Storm into a position where he's just gonna have to wait a bit because he has no regen, and his gold, he's still got a ways for a bottle. It's gonna be tough for Pepita, little Pepita here.
I'd like to see Lina just throw nukes from to lower his HP, because then he just can't lane anymore, seeing that he bought the salve.
Swindle could make that kind of a call, yeah.
Just so easy for the silencer though, because he's got better range, you're not going to get affected by the creep aggro when you trade, and if he does decide to commit to you, could throw the last word, and it's just very difficult to deal with for the Storm, especially with no support. And I'm actually kind of thinking that the Tusk should just try to mess with mid or come back bottom. Their lane's not that bad. Viper's okay versus those melees. You can kite them around and get them into kill range. So completely abandoning the lane might have been an overreaction.
I don't know just really what this Tusk might be able to accomplish here. So might just have to play that kind of a waiting game until he finds a home for himself. And Storm wants to make his own stack. Z-Freak sure would have loved to gone in there to body block it, but his invis has ran out. And he'll wait here patiently to see if maybe there'll be an opportunity for a sneaky little Pepita setup. We'll wait for it. Bottom lane, it's still Way 2 and MJW kind of looking to take over. MJW 18 and 2, highest CS. They do eventually move in, and Ziz is like, haha, dished out the Dragon Slave. I didn't see if he caught a couple of creeps or not, but he does get caught in a big set of shards. Roll forward from your Tusk. I was calling out for him to find a home. He's found one here in mid lane. Stomps on Lina's head. And they're going to double back here. That gets Pepita to kill. Oh, he's going to get some extra right click here. Oh, can't get on the Swindle, but for a Storm that have been struggling in this mid lane a little bit, that will help.
That was just a really good opportunity for him. Z-Freak putting himself in kind of a weird position. Like, the Tusk actually pinged out where Z-Freak was, like, relative to just like, you know, he's in fog, but he pinged out that Z-Freak might be behind his tower, so like he knew, he rotated over and punished it. Like Z-Freak probably just overstayed his welcome. He thought he could do something kind of cheeky, but it was just an overextension in the end, and then that gives Storm like a huge boost to his lane, where otherwise he would have just completely lost.
Now
so
Tusk
good play by the Tusk.
Yeah, I mean, you made the call that he should probably consider making moves towards mid lane, And he's been hanging around here for a while now. Already gets that one setup.
Oh, bottom lane.
We'll go, but
Up a 2.
they push back.
Did nothing actually. So, like from seeing that, then I would definitely say Tusk should just be back in bottom lane, because if they can't even use Tomb aggressively, then there's no hope for this lane, and it shouldn't even be as scary as it is. Starter should not be second on net worth at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, they're comfortable enough. Way2's like, I'm done with bottom. My business here is now going to be at the mid lane. And he'll join Swindle in hand, I guess, maybe still fearing where the Tusk is and where he could roll in. But MJW now has to deal with this Viper solo, which is not the best lane. He may have a bit of extra farm now, but it's still going to be very, very tough to have to deal with that right click.
Yeah,
he'll be a ways off.
With the Viper, it just gets harder and harder as the levels go up. It's harder, not so much. Maybe peaks at 6, and then but before 6, if the Viper gets any level advantage, it's good for him. But they're about even right now, so it doesn't really matter.
How's our Dolce boy doing up here? Clockwork's still level 4, trying to get to his level 5, so he has been put off a bit in comparison to someone like your Slardar. Oh, the triple Remnant Classic here, right into the cogs. And now Dolce's going to turn the other way here. And LSA actually does connect right in his face, and he's like, oh, I'm going to go then. Chains? Oh, he gets it. And they're going to get the kill. All right. Good movement onto the Clockwork here. I move up to see how the hell he's doing, and he's dead now. So that's the story of Clockwork there.
Mid lane, really nice snowball on Swindle.
He's in trouble. He's another tower shot, but once again, we'll be able to just creep away here. And starts popping the bottle. We were going to have another pause. 2 minutes. 2 minutes?
Oh.
What? 2 minutes? All right, well, 2 minutes apparently for us to really dissect. But Dazzle picked up a haste rune heading towards the mid lane here. Still just level 2, trying to get to his 3. I don't know if he thinks he can rush in there with a quick poison touch and get Swindled down. I mean, can he run him down? That might be overambitious.
But that would be really crazy of him. Like, you have to be a special kind of player to go for that kind of play. Like, it's like, oh, I need 12 XP for level 2. I have a haste. I'm gonna skill a poison touch and dive the tower.
He's like, and then he's gonna global. All for no poison touch, and then get the easy kill.
No, there's no way that he makes that read. That'd be so next level. Well, I guess because of the pause, but if it was real time, there's no way he would just global for like a hasted dazzle at him.
Ziz is on the way too, and he has a remnant up in a moment. Then he'll show up. He'll get the quick chains, and this is where the overanalyzing comes into play. But Pepita, who's still struggling, try to get to his level 6, so you can see the comparable EXP difference. Swindle's getting about to his 7, while Pepita has still got half a level to even get to his level 6. It's unfortunately just a bit off for him here. But I do want to say also, this is only our first best of 3 today. We do have another best of 3 to come. You will not believe me if you hear the actual names of these teams that are going to be playing, but I'll fill up the bracket here. We're going to see the highest council of wizards and priests as they take on God Bless. Does anyone know anyone from any of these teams? Yes, of course, we know High Council is Mason's stack. But there is even a recent roster change with this group. I don't know if you heard, Fluff, but apparently Clairvoyance is off the team now. So
I heard.
Do you know who the replacement is?
It's not my place to say, but I do.
I mean, we'll know in like an hour. But yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well, I don't want to say the wrong thing then. Maybe I don't.
It's okay. We can wait and be surprised. We could be surprised who the new. He was playing Clairvoyance. Was he playing the 1 or the 2?
He was playing 2.
Okay.
Apparently, they felt that he was just not. I read Mason's Ask FM once. He said that Clairvoyance has the potential, but he's just not there yet. And I guess they weren't patient enough, or something happened like that. But yeah, I guess that eliminates their chances at being directly invited to the majors. If I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I believe so as well.
But that's a classic Jimmy move, right?
Yep. Rip Summer's Rift.
That was actually sad. They would have done pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Show must go on. So, and then there's God Bless, which I know we all know so much about. Well, really though, God Bless, they are one of the 2 teams that made it in through the open bracket. So I'm actually very eager to see. I mean, what kind of story would? Yeah, 2 teams. 2 teams.
Who's the other one?
The other one was let me look at a bracket here. They played against Cloud9. on day 1, and their team name is XD Gamers. That's right. It's a dank name.
Oh wow. Well, what if
They were a
how
Southern
cool would it
American
be if they were
team, if
just
I'm not
ownage?
mistaken.
Like if God Bless was just super ownage.
That's
that
what
would
I
be
was
awesome.
saying. That's what I was just saying. I'm like, well, I'm excited because what if it is that one like Cinderella story again, where they come in through the open bracket and no one knows who they are. They start pulling out upset after upset. Even if they get a strong second place, they're like the poor man's C-Deck. They'll be able to really make a name for themselves, maybe. So.
Wait, did they get second place in that they lost to the first place team, or they just qualified as top 2?
I can't remember the bracket system, but it's for 2 qualifier spots. So I think it's just they each
Grand
came
final?
from the top to the bottom of the bracket or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a question for Face It Mikey, who's in charge of the open bracket exactly. But
it might even just be like very entertaining. Maybe they have some sick pocket strat because they don't think they can win.
yeah. Saw a bit of that with like Team Unknown, and they had that big Husker high for a while during qualifier time, and they just like muscled their way through the open qualifier by playing the Kotaro Hayama Huskar a lot. That'd be fun to see if they had something like that.
Well, game's back. Dazzle didn't skill.
No,
Poison
he
touch or run up.
he didn't do anything epic, and he still hasn't even skilled. So he'll just heal Pepita, allow him a bit of safe farm. He'll get his level 3, but Pepita is still trying to get his level 6. So, yeah, still more to do. We're back in here. Tusk gets some soul time in the mid lane here. Are they doing a full lane change up? It looks like it. They're putting Ember now in the mid lane. Where's Swindle? Swindle's going to go top. All right. They're changing things up.
Guess it's just because he was there and then Swindle was going to go back anyways.
I mean, I don't feel like Ziz was having a hard time. I don't feel like Swindle was having a hard time. Swizz is now having a hard time. He had to use his remnant to get the hell out of a bit of trouble here, but they are going to converge top lane. They're looking for the clock. He's able to quickly get the cog off. Well, we don't want to look at the shop, but he's in trouble. He's just going to have to stand there and take it. Uh-oh. Got it. They eventually do bring him down. Clock will be taken apart. That means it's going to be complexity up to the 1 of Isurus here. We touch back on bottom. MJW now level 6 starts hitting up this Viper with the amp damage. They got the vision here. Tusk nearby, maybe seeing if they could bait something out. They commit onto this Viper. Maybe they could turn things around. But look at this. Look at this. Way 2 is like, what's happening over here? Drops the ward. And the cat's out of the bag. Tusk will be spotted.
That -2 from the silencer at top reminded me of a funny interaction in the game where, like, when we were playing Techies versus some team I forgot, they had a silencer. I think it was versus Root. They had a silencer, and every time we suicided, we would lose -2 on our Techies. I think he lost like 6 or 8 intelligence in the laning phase.
Wait, the Techies would lose intel when he suicided onto the silencer?
Yeah, I didn't know that happened. It's crazy. It was actually hurting us pretty bad.
All right, new counter. Just throw him in lane and bait out every suicide you can. That'll work. Oh, Viper. There's a way 2 invis here, and they're going to lead in. There's the crush. There's the tomb, and Viper's got no help nearby. Help me, Dazzle, help me! I can't catch up. He tried to go right into 2 levels of grave, get the bit of extra range, but they take advantage of the way 2 invis, and they will take down the Viper. And now MJW is just starting to swell up quite a bit here, Fluff. He has a belt of strength on top of his tranquil boots here. What is he building? Is he going to a SNY kind of a grab, not straight to blink? Oh, or he's trying to disassemble the boots? And he wants actually power treads?
Oh, you can't disassemble the boots.
I saw him drop him. I'm like, oh, he's probably just last hitting to keep the active off, obviously. But
I guess it has to be the Sage. There's nothing else, huh?
Yeah. Necro book.
That's interesting.
Necro book.
You might just want it for the HP. Like you might just go for the blink or whatever he wants.
That's true.
And then go into it later if he knows it's part of his build. It's really cheap, and no, he would be down like 100 or so HP, 150, 200 HP. Makes him pretty durable.
Tomb is down. Here they come. They move in. They get the crush. Here comes the right click. The zombies are swarming, and Viper's dead. Now a global comes out, but it's not going to stop. MJW will be going down here. And it makes it a 1-for-1 trade.
I don't think this should be happening. Like you can already see how much damage they take trying to go for the Viper. If he just got a little more support, I think they could turn these or even get kills themselves.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But this does allow them to kind of get some extra poke damage here on this tier 1. They're pinging it now like they need assistance. Do they have any TPs? No mana on Clockwork. Dazzle has 1, but he's already close enough to run in. But that global was used in that fight. I don't even know if I would say it was a very effective global in that case, but I guess they were just fearsome as Storm rotated in. They didn't want him to be able to do too much here. But here comes trouble. Now Ziz and Way2 are back again. This time smoked up. Now they see the Tusk and they want to go in. Ziz, hello, suddenly a Remnant. Move in. Trying to get him into a spot where he can get a quick chains, but the snowball will come out. It's a 4-on-1 here. Good luck, Tusk. Rolls in, he's dead. Alright, Complexity get that one. They'll quickly take apart this wave and try to push into a tier 1. Easy kill, easy executed.
Yeah, CoL pretty much set themselves up to win every lane, and they are reaping the benefits here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
MJW takes his business to the mid lane, and he's going for the Force Staff, which you can't really blame him too much. Yeah, Blink is the typical, but he's going against a Clockwork. And puts more value in also being able to help him.
It's that, and he's also copying like, this is Moo's build.
Oh yeah?
But they're pretty much, I mean, they're basically taking our strategy and copying it, but I mean, it's a good build, and it does make sense for 6 clock. But I think even if there was no clock, you'd probably still do it anyway for the sake of copying.
Dire's middle tower is
and then they go to a game 3 and they pull out the Jakiro. New Jakiro will be next. Oh, we'll see here. They're turning around. Clockwork. Avoid Ziz. Has hookshot here. Not in a good position to turn and fight, but in a good position to grab that sweet 12-minute haste rune. And he's now working towards Ziz here. Not okay, that will force out the change. And he'll walk back away. Alright, they're all good there in this front. Ziz, or Z-Freak rather, this Lina, spending a lot of time for herself. She's level 8 Fluff, has her arcanes. She's getting pretty farmed. And if she wants to go for Yule's next, she already has the staff, and there it is.
Oh wow. Super fat. They gave her the top lane for quite some time since Ember and the Silencer were just roaming all over the place doing different things. She was just staying top since the laning phase, never left.
So now she is rich.
Dire's top tower
She'll have Yule's very, very quickly. He's coming towards this mid lane, and Complexity now, what are they doing? They're just like throwing down all their equipment, getting as max efficiency as possible here as they boot up, and want to charge down this mid lane here as a trade of some sorts. And Isurus will respond. Here comes a couple of quick TPs. First one in to get caught is the Tusk. He's going to hold out this snowball and wait for the team to show up. Move right into the lane, and he will get dropped immediately. Everyone else still kind of taking their time to show up here for the side of Isurus if they want to do anything about it. Complexity not really focused on the tower here, kind of trying to read the situation. They do have Global in their pocket ready to go. And Swindle did go for the Midas build. Is that typically what he does go for here on the Silencer?
Yeah.
Very greedy. Does he go Shadowblade? Is he full-fledged slasher here?
I don't remember. It might have been April.
Oh, Global will be popped out here as they quickly finish off the clock. It might have been to stop the grave from Dazzle. It's the only thing I could think of. And they'll get the secured kill. Alright. So greedy build up. Other than that, it's like what Illidan does his rod of Atos for the extra bit of strength, or maybe a mech build up.
I don't think he goes for mech. I'm not sure. I've only noticed the picks, not so much paying attention to his item build. He can go anything really. If it was me, I really enjoy Axe, but no, I don't think anyone else does. So you probably go for Atos.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, you're big on Axe. Oh, Clockwork catches out Z-Freak, gets the hook shot in close quarters here. Still has cogs and battery assault, but Z-Freak is fast. And not fast enough. Here comes the snowball. Dead. Easy kill. Shards even there, just as security. Caught out position.
Force could be good. Force just for himself for the clock. That would be a big problem for him.
Yeah. No, get an Orchid. More silence, the better. Especially against that disgusting Storm Spirit. We'll see.
I don't think he'll get Orchid. Might, but just like if clock hooks him, it's like the Orchid doesn't really do anything. That's more likely the situation than him like being able to get to the storm.
Look at Pepita here. He's coming in, he's invis, and we'll see Swindle, who has no global. What is he gonna do? Can he do it quick? Hiya! Ho! Drops it down. There's the Spirit 1, Spirit 2. Swindle does get it off, but the pull is already there. It's going to stop here. Help's coming. Help's coming. It's Z-freaking. Pepita's like, I can't do this any further. And now comes MJW around the corner. Get the hell out of there, Pepita. Get the hell out of there. Double jump. Oh, force! That looks silly. It looks really silly on Slardar. Just seeing like, it's like a snail just being shoved forward. Well, he makes it in, and Pepita's not going to be able to get a grab on Swindle, but he is able to make it away. Pressure on mid 1 could get denied here as they pull out the glyph. They'll de-aggro it, and they will try to remove this extra gold purse from Isurus, and they will. They'll chop it down. Good grab for them.
Yeah, and look at this Viper. Actually, 100% of his armor is being negated by the amplified damage. That makes a tanky Viper not so scary anymore. Although mech is going up in 300 gold, or 200 gold even, and that'll be really nice for them.
Yeah. Do they come together at that point, utilize the mech, and try to make some pushing happen? I mean, do we have a lot of confidence in their late game with a Storm Spirit Viper duo as their cores? Is it better to just push for the objectives while you have the sustained power of this mech?
Sure. It's very like snowball reliant for the Storm, I think. Or at least he has to not feed, and he's not, so it's okay. Probably this way we'll decide it.
Force crush. Ziz falls up, and they annihilate the Viper. He goes down so quick. That's going to put him off from that mech, and they get the follow-up Laguna kill onto your Tusk. Complexity, move on in. They take 2 names, and now they're looking to follow up with a tier 1 tower. Looks effortless there. Guess Dazzle just not close enough to save, and they'll just have to let it go.
Yeah, he was silenced as well. But it's like, right. Yeah, global. They also can't just group into this lineup because it's an Undying. You never want to group into an Undying usually. That's what they want you to do, so kind of an awkward position for them in this game, probably not having the better late game and also not being able to group.
Oh, Pepita though gets a nice little solo catch onto the Lina here. Ziz is on chase here. He's going to quickly bottle up what mana he can get. Rotating in front. Wow, they really want to get the Storm. MJW, can he force up there and get the crush? Oh, they got it! Nice little catch right there. Denied.
That was so awkward. He knows that he can't TP because the Ember will always be like chasing him no matter what.
Spirit things, you know. They do smoke up here on the side of Isurus, even though Pepita's down. The other 4 are ready for adventure. And it looks like they're going to look for bottom lane here. A lone Swindle sees the rocket. Here comes trouble. They're going to move in. He has no global. Uppercutted. So much hate and so much death and destruction. Just, I guess Swindle just being a little too greedy, pushing too far. And he was banking a lot on these wards. He has 2 wards deep into Isurus' woods, but they just muscle right past them through the smoke, and Swindle is dead.
Swindle did go for the force. It's on the chicken right now.
Very nice.
That was good pickup, I think.
Yeah, it's a good reliable pick. It's, you know, boring, of course, but
boring.
I'm just being selfish at that point, but obviously, without question, now they have an extra force staff to utilize against this pesky Clockwork to kite and maneuver the slow from Viper, to get away from the snowball, to get away from the Storm. It's really just a no-brainer that having that extra mobility is very nice to have. But now even more mobility coming in as MJW finishes out the Blink Dagger here. So the Slardar are easily able to close the gap, still holding that awesome little belt of giant strength.
Yeah, it's definitely good because look at his HP right now. It's 1100, almost only 1200 really. You want to round up, and that belt is gonna give him like a lot more confidence to make plays.
Yeah, it also holds the pants up, which he doesn't have yet, but just in case, you never know. Here they go, bottom lane. They're rushing on forward. Force sprint, blink. Can't see the Viper. Can't see. Oh, we were a little late for that one, Mikey, but they are going to be able to get away from trouble. But Complexity are showing, like, we're being assertive here. And Isurus are just going to have to try their best to split the pressure elsewhere and farm up. We have to look to their high ground defense probably pretty soon here. And I don't know how much of it they offer. I feel like with the last game, they had a lineup that had more of that that kapow, that team pizzazz and synergy, which would just kind of, if you landed it and you got all the stars to align, even the mightiest of lineup might be able to crumble down. But this one doesn't really have that kind of potential. As you said before, it's banking more on this Storm Spirit being able to snowball, this Viper being just a big badass, Clock making those kind of setups, and I think it feels a bit more far-fetched this game.
Yeah. Oh, the jump!
Oh, he got it! He got it! What a grab from Pepita. Now, he will probably die. Can he make it out the second time? Jump in from Clockwork, though, and the Global and Pepita will pay the price for grabbing their little tomato.
Suicide.
Now, Clockwork jumps in, gets the kill on the Lina, so it is a 1-for-1 trade. Dazzle, I gotta go, not going anywhere. Gets grabbed down from the chains, so he comes back from his grave, could go down here, jump out, roll forward, uppercut, they get Swindles down. All right. But Way 2 turns back with a last-second decay, gets the double kill for himself. When the dust settles, ends up being a 2-for-2, but it was Isurus who got to jump in and took the Aegis away from Complexity. These kids, man.
Yeah.
That
was pretty sick.
That was nice.
But probably one of the best outcomes they could hope for. But you know, the Ember has his battle fury, and it only gets harder from this point on. Ember, once he gets that beat fury, he farms so fast, and it just becomes impossible to push against.
Yep, with the cleave, then comes the damage, comes the crit. And it's just only going to get more ridiculous from here. And he's already at top of the net worth just now, barely etching up Pepita, who's trying to eyeball Ziz there. He committed to the Bloodstone, but you hate that feeling when you get a Bloodstone and you already just start knocking it down some charges. He's down to 5. He'll have to make the best of it here as he rolls back. But I just can't help but have that feeling of Isurus. You know, you got to make something out of this. You got to get something done. The clock is ticking, and everyone in the Psycho Complex can only get scarier as the game goes on. Much, much scarier here. After MJW finished out his 2 different bits of mobility, he can easily now build into strength, a BKB, extra bits of damage, wherever he wants to do. Z-Frick is about to get his Yules. Does he have it now? He does. It's en route. So now he's a player who has the kind of setup and could do the Lina combo and just pretty much take, let's see, who out of the picture? Level 2 Laguna Blade. 675. It is not an Agnum's one, though. But if they get the catch onto someone like Dazzle, you know, he's not even gonna have a chance to grave or help anyone out.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, but with this kind of start, he'll have an axe. Just count on it for late game.
Oh yeah.
You already know what's gonna
Radiant's
happen.
top tower is under
So he's gonna
attack.
be able to threaten the Storm pretty
Dire's
heavy,
bottom tower is
even the
under
Viper,
attack.
1000 HP, pretty much all the other supports. I think Isurus really needed to make different types of plays with their
Radiant's top
supports in the early
tower
game,
is
and
under
also
attack.
the clock has not really been successful.
Dire's
He hasn't really
structures are
hooked too much in this game. I don't recall a time where he's hooked and it turned into something successful for them.
Yeah, it
Clock
just,
is ticking down.
and even if he just jumps in there and sets something up, like the follow-up can't get there right away or enough to make a huge impact. Like normally, you know, I see like the clock, the storm, and you have the AA Ice Blast on top, and it all just kind of fires on all cylinders at once at one focal target, but it doesn't seem to be happening here for Isurus quite yet. And
Yeah.
it could be props to Complexity for making those opportunities a bit more difficult, but the fact of the matter is that we're not seeing Isurus able to pull off those kind of things. Now they're going to look for one here on bottom, and now they're going to make their jump, and there's that mobility. He just slips away under the Force Staff, and Storm is a very sad man. We'll have to pull back and away. So, again, Complexity just feeling like they're going to be in full control. Here comes the smoke fluff. Oh, goody. They're going to move in. This could lead to a Tier 2 and possible Tier 3 push if they can get a big fight here, and Pepita is their closest target. They get it. Oh, Remnant, move in, and he's already gone. Spirit things. Again, they high-five and just leave each other.
This is
Well.
so hard for Isurus to play because they can't actually achieve kills anywhere on the map unless they're using every resource possible, because like Tusk isn't really gonna catch heroes out and burst them by himself. Storm has Bloodstone, doesn't have Orchid, so he has no way to control heroes like Ember, and even the Sword are just 4 steps away. You know, like Clock can't gank anybody. They got 4 staff on Silencer, 4 staff on Swordar. Ember's just gonna jump out. I was kind of worried for them when they picked the Clock because it didn't seem like they could control
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
the Ember,
tower is
especially
under
seeing that
attack.
burst. I mean, it's one thing to like have the Emperor come out later, but when you see it initially, you kind of a way to deal with it. Otherwise, he'll just do whatever he wants.
Well, for the meantime, Complexity easily take over the bottom tier 2 tower. No contention from Isurus. They're busy working in Complexity's jungle, where they could come across MJW here. Dishes out the amp. He's going to wait for the blink, and we'll make that jump. There's the crush. There's the... Ugh. Oh, hit him right in the face. Dazzle's gone. Oof. Quick and easy kill there. Isurus, the struggle continues as it stands right now, though Pepita still top at net worth. He continues to flash farm as quick as possible here. What does he need to get next to help out here? Shivas, maybe? Nope, Yules. He's going more defensive. Does not like the silence here. Wants to be able to get rid of it.
Yeah, that is one of the problems when you play over silencers. You really want to have a way to break it, and the only feasible option, like the only realistic option, is the Yules. If you're not gonna go Manta, you see Ember sometimes go Manta when they have to play versus Orchids or Silencer, but there's no way Storm can do that. And Yules is probably the only option. It's a little suboptimal as well. That's why he really likes the Silencer. It just makes them play differently.
Of regeneration.
Yep. I mean, you could go for a BKB, but the Yules will at least add some more to Storm Spirit and his damage. And maybe possible setup. We'll have to see. More importantly, as you said, getting rid of that silence. And hey, he moves in for Z-Freak, who eats a Yules of his own. Can he double Yules? Yes, he can. Does it onto Z-Freak, but oh, it's not going to matter too much. The chains come in from Ziz, and they're going to get the quick and easy kill. Even a global on top to make sure.
Oh, that's a drive-by.
Hi. Were you trying to go somewhere? That was like an elbow to the back of the head. Like, no! Yeah. Oh, the disrespect. First hit bash. Dazzle's not going anywhere. God, that was rude. Well,
I just kept running forward.
That was just dirty.
Incoming.
Oh, tower got denied while someone was keeping.
Oh, another deny. Look at this, MJW. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just blocking everything, not allowing anyone to get back to base.
Radiant's top tower.
Even the little Viper will have to just kind of fly his way back. Complexity just kind of styling a little bit here on the back end for Isurus. And, you know, we have to reach here. Clockwork, who we have yet to really be able to shine. More of that Complexity, have so much mobility to get away from him. Is holding 1,500 gold. I don't know what the answer could be to try to help locking those people in. Extra 4-staff for their own 4-staff mind games, perhaps. I mean, on top of that, Dazzle, 1,200 gold, and they get a quick and easy kill onto Silencer there. How the hell did he get blown up so quick? DD Viper.
Yeah, he didn't know he had a DD and just got Viper struck, and then he popped his BKB when he had like 20% life. So I'm surprised he even went for the BKB. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, that's a bit.
That just says to me, it's like, I want to be there fighting. I am not your typical Silencer who's just going to sit in the back and hit my R button. That's not what I'm about. I'm going to be in there, and if there's a firefight, I will be able to have a BKB to avoid being stunned. I don't know. I think it's better to just kind of use your bit of range, stay in the back, set up that good global bit, and, you know, consider something else. Aside from BKB, I mean, I still wouldn't mind seeing, like, the Atos, Refresher, Ags.
I think he could have got it later. Like, just, I think if you don't go Ags first, it's no point. But, if he, got a little more damage, you know, even though Shadow Blade, it's always nice. Like, it does a ridiculous amount of damage, actually. Yeah. Especially when you have the Midas and Treads. And I think BKB probably coming out 4th would have been more stable, because they're dominating right now. When's the last time that he got initiated on and felt threatened?
Not long. It's been quite a while since Swindle's really been taken advantage of, but if he does push out too far, maybe that bottom lane when he thought he was safe under the wards, he's just got to be a bit more careful. But look at MJW though. He's hunting, and he finally catches up with the Dazzle. Does catch the stun. I mean, the Grave will be there.
Gonna bash?
No, not this time, please. Oh! The last auto attack. Yeah, he's like that bully that shoves the Dazzle nerd into the locker at school. That's just not fun.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now they're just gonna move on in for this tier 2. Isurus now definitely in a bind. Backs against the wall. And they just have to watch their tier 2 just go down here. Now, Complexity, do they consider moving on forward? It looks like a double back. Roche is up. They could easily move in there with the help of that amp damage and get this done quick. Have the Aegis, have the extra life, and then, you know, proceed to destroy.
Invisibility.
Well, yeah. You Roche for them if they want it right now. I would just take it if I was them. There's no way the enemy team could fight them. Oh, he could steal the Aegis again. That's pretty cool.
That would be very cool. Let's go, Pepita. Do they have a smoke? They have one on the courier? Yes, they do. Go, go, go. Pass it. Puff it. 420 it. Do something. Go.
They're waiting for the rocket confirm, apparently. Didn't really.
They haven't even started it yet. It looked like almost Complexity were waiting for the rocket confirm just to see if they would have to worry about a fight or not. And they're still standing by him. Maybe baiting it out. Trying to bait it. They have the global.
It won't work for the clockwork though.
Yep, he keeps rocketing. Giving the vision. Dazzle, no, don't go that deep. Oh boy. He's dead. Again, look who it is. Hey, get back in that locker. Boom. See you later, Dazzle.
Dire's middle tower is
And now they can go into the pit. They feel like maybe the one Dazzle takedown is the ticket. They go in for it. We're not going to see the glorious Grand Theft Aegis, it looks like here, as Pepita's more in the Complexity Woods. But as I say that, he is now beelining it that way. But he will not make it. This rush is going down fast, and he's already turned back around. So, alright, it will be a quick Aegis grab up here for Complexity. It's going to go to Ziz, it looks like. It looks like Clock will be grabbing up his Force Staff now. But it's a force against already so much slick mobility. Yule's Glimmers now coming out. It's a very colorful arsenal here for Complexity, and they're in full control. Pepita, he'll try his best to do some creep cutting, anything to draw attention away from the Isurus base. But we have to think about what the hell plan B is going to be now for Isurus. This is just that part of the game, Fluff, where you feel like Viper is not going to be the biggest deal. He does have a Manta, though. Credit for that, and he's building towards an Ags, but Ziz will continue to get bigger and badder. He is on the way towards this Daedalus. It's going to hit, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah. They basically have to hope for some big swarm plays in the base. Typical shenanigans, TP out, do the big ball lightning. Get some bloodstone charges, start snowballing that way, but that is going to be a really big mountain to climb.
They're going for the Swindle illusion, and they realize it's illusion, they walk away. They committed jump for that, but look who's coming in from behind. Catch on the Viper here, out of position. Forced to Manta, there comes the Grave. Turns on to MJW with the Viper Strike. Pepita thinking about making a jump in, goes right back out. Clock goes in, eats a lot of damage. They're able to finish off the Viper with the help of the Laguna of Z-Freak. Only one to go down. Clock will be next here, caught out. Even the Tombstone helps slow him down. Pepita has to make a long, wicked jump away towards the Courier and doesn't want to chase. He has no more mana. Heads back to base to quickly heal up because the pressure is coming. Now with Clock and Viper out, only 3 stand for Isurus to hold the high ground here, Fluff. Let's send them happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts? There's the ball.
Okay, 1 wave down. Except for
At
one
least he
little
knows his limits. Like, can you imagine if he didn't know that he couldn't only go that far and he just like actually messed up? Because he actually calculated the perfect amount of
bottom tower is under attack.
Watch him calculate his way and a jump forward into a stun of MJW. That would be hilarious.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I love that when that happens.
Storm just like, so no problem.
Radiant's middle
easy kill.
are under attack.
But there's really not much they can do. Viper's still out. This mid set of racks to be going down here. But before they can finish it off, they're actually going to step out. Viper comes back. They don't get the hook catch there at the end. Do they make chase outside the base here?
They don't even know.
Oh, they're going to re-engage. Oh, they get him. MJW catches him with the stun. He's going to get the preemptive Grave here so he can jump away. But a bash! And another! Are you... Was that... How many...
The new 17%.
I mean, come on.
25. 25
3 different kind of jumps he was trying to make it away. Now they go for Viper, chains and spot. Clock as well. They begin to burn to a crisp. Rax is down. This hits him with another little sleight of fist. And then he'll Remnant step back away. Little greedy antics here from Complexity, but they get the job done nonetheless. Mid Rax.
Swindle has such like really good control. I mean, he didn't even global at all. He wasn't even flinching when that storm was gonna get away. I mean, if no bash, he would have just zipped out, right?
Yep.
He didn't global at all, and that's a big kill too. So I guess he really believed in the bash.
Or he just ahead calculated like, oh, well, he could always just then buy back and come in with the global down. But yeah, a lot of faith in the RNG there. And now that means they get to preserve the precious global here for the second coming of Pepita. Because
Yeah, you know what they call Storm? You know what they call Storm in China?
What?
But they call him the Fountain Commander.
The Fountain Commander?
Yeah, they call him the Fountain Commander.
Why is that? Just for his like capability of defending high ground from the fountain?
Yeah. That's like his permanent nickname.
I like Mexican Weatherman. That fits for me. There he goes all the way in and he's gone. Oh, MJW. Nope, not going to catch. Love the effort. That is jump number 1, the only jump with a TP. Down to 2 charges. There might not be much left in the Isurus barrel here. Complexity, still with big ultimates. A sheep in hand for Swindles, a global. Daedalus on Ember with now even a Demon Edge. Oh! Viper gets hit, forced to Manta to get away from the additional damage. And a Tomb is going to be committed. Here goes Pepita, in, out, trying to maybe force some spells, force a global or something. But they will not be baited in. And now begins the slow siege. This tier 3 will begin to slowly crumble. Aziz will continue to try to zone and get some catches here. Viper strike. There's the committed jump in for Viper. He's able to force away. Global's going to get dropped now. Yules to get rid of the silence, but as he comes down, they type out the stun and they get the kill. Oh, he does have a buyback though. We'll need to use it here. They look to come in. Long jump in. They move in. Clock gets the catch on the way too, but he's eating a wealth of damage here. And Ziz now just happily able, critting and cutting right through everyone. And they're going to quickly take out another. Dazzle's going to be forced to buy back. MJW re-engaging here, going for the clock, who's going to get stunned. Force away, but eventually Ziz catches him again. That slide of fist continues to punish. And that is going to be the tier 3 down. Very well could be the game. Only Dazzle and Storm stand. Even though there are still a couple of buybacks here, they don't want to use them. Storm will use another TP to try to slow them down. But it won't be enough.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
You said a Daedalus on someone? Who has it?
Oh, they have a death zone.
On the Z Freak, yeah. Okay. Dazzle's dead. They're still happy to hang around here. Oh, this is a setup. LSA, no mana. Oh, it wasn't up, but it doesn't matter. Sleight of fist, he's dead. Game is over. Okay. Complexity, after their series against Root, going down 1-2, will be able to bounce back with a nice little victory here as they take out Isurus Gaming 2-0. Fluff, what did we take away from this series?
Well, I'm not completely sure, but for this game, 3 lanes won by Complexity. That's what happens. Also, just not really much scaling capability for Isurus. Game 1, they had a really sick combo. They tried really hard, but it was just not going to match up well versus the mobility of the enemy team. Complexity takes it. We all expected them to win. They're the favorites, so nothing less from them. Expect nothing less from them. 2-0.
So what this means now is Complexity will move on forward. This bracket hasn't been updated to have Complexity in the next round, but they will be facing Void Boys in the round of 8. That will be interesting to see. But we're not done yet today. We still have to finish out this pesky round of 16 with our next and final matchup for the 16 round. It's going to be the High Council of Wizards and Priests taking on Team God Bless. Should be one hell of an interesting series. I'm actually pretty eager to see what is in store for me. But outside of that, we're going to wrap things up here. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit. That is Fluff. You can catch him over on his Twitter, @FluffDota. Fluff, again, thank you so much for joining me. Always appreciate your insight. We do have about an hour until the next series is set to start. It's about 5:04 p.m. Pacific time, and it's set to start at 6, so about 55 minutes. So go ahead, get a snack, get some food, do what you gotta. But come back here for more BTS America's action. We'll see you soon.